Hello there. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Tina Carini. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Byron, Georgia. So today I wanted to show you a card and hopefully inspire you with the new stamp set that will be available May 1st. It's called Under the Moon. This is a fabulous stamp set. I have had so much fun playing with this set, and I wanted to show you one of the cards that I have come up with. And this is the card that I'm going to be showing you how to do. It's super easy, super quick, and I just think it's a wow card. So what I used, or what we're going to be using, is some pretty peacock cardstock for our card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5. All I'm going to do is just fold that in half, and I'm going to try to fold it straight, but those who follow me for any length of time know that I don't do anything straight. Don't cut straight, fold straight, score straight, all that good stuff. So, but that's just the way it is. Don't know why that is, but it is. So there we go. So we've got our card base ready to go. Then we have a piece of basic white. This is 3 3/4 by 5. We also have a strip of basic beige, which is a new color, core color, that's coming. And this is 3/4 of an inch. And I don't know how long it is, but we're going to trim it off. It was just easier for me to make it a little longer, and you'll see why. So the images that we're going to be using is the water, this moon, sun. I know that this is used for suns, and I'm using it for a sun today. And then we're going to use the clouds and the dolphins. So the colors that I'm going to be using is lemon lolly, peach pie, balmy blue, fresh freesia, and early espresso. So we're going to start off with let's start off with the moon. And I know that I've had a little bit of, I don't want to say issues or troubles with this image, but I've noticed that if the ink pad is too inky, it makes it real splotchy. Let me show you here. It just makes it splotchy, and I don't like that. So my sponge daubers, I brought out my sponge daubers to use, and I guess they're a lot older than I thought they were, and it just didn't work. So I had to order new sponge daubers. So I'll be really playing with it a lot when I get those. And I also want to be playing with water because I think that this set is going to be beautiful to play with water too. So I'm going to take my lemon lolly, and this is where your sponge dauber might be a little easier because you can just sponge it on there. But I found that the way that this image is, it's really not hard to use your ink pad just to ink it up. Just use the corner of it to get down in there, just like so. So I've got that. I'm going to go ahead and close this up, and then we're going to bring in our peach pie, but I want to move some more of this ink because it really did make a difference when I was doing that. Now, because I'm recording, it may not, but hopefully it is. So then I'm just going to take this and just ink this up too. Just carefully ink it up. And because it's photopolymer, it's really not hard at all to do this. You can pretty much see where you're inking. So it's going to be really pretty, I think. Okay, so I think I have enough ink on here, I hope. So now I'm just going to bring my basic white down. I'm just huffing on this just to make sure that it's nice and it's wet. And then I'm just going to do this kind of not in the center, but up a little bit, but in the center of the cardstock, if that makes sense. I'm trying to make sure that it's straight. And then I'm just going to hold it down and pressing it down. And then there we go. See how that's not splotchy when you move when you take away some of the ink, it's not as splotchy. So I really like that. Now you can always use your misty, or if you have the Stamparatus, you can just keep laying ink on top of it to get more of a bold color, and that would be really pretty too. So we're done with those two colors. So now we're going to bring in our water image and Balmy Blue. So I am going to ink this up, and my Balmy Blue ink pad is starting to get where it needs to be re-inked, and I thought I had re-inker for Balmy Blue, and I don't. So now I've got to place another order, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to lay that down. So I think that Balmy Blue makes a really pretty watercolor. And then I'm gonna stagger it so that it's not, you don't have the same pattern going down. And then I can also deepen it if I want to deepen the color. So I'm good with that. And just like so. And then I'm gonna come here and just kind of fill in. I'm going to be careful at the top to try to keep that straight edge. And then I'm going to come over here just like that and fill it in. And then there's my water. Isn't that beautiful? And then I could have come up a little bit higher to the moon, and I didn't do that very well, did I? So we'll just try. This is going to be a little darker than I want, but it will be all right. I got to stick my head in the camera. I'm so sorry. Just to try to, well, we're going to leave it alone, because if I keep fooling with it, I'm going to mess up. All right, so the next thing I want to do is my clouds. So I'm going to bring in Fresh Freesia, and let me tell you how I decided which purple was going to really look good with this. Is I use the Color Coach. So the Color Coach is really a great tool to use too. So let me see. If you're a customer of mine, I'm going to be making color coaches for you guys so that you can have them, because right now I believe that it's only demonstrators that can get them. But speaking of demonstrators, you can, come May 1st is going to be a fantastic join special that's going to be going on. And I keep forgetting to look to see exactly what it is, but I know you can get free, hold on, I'm thinking, I gotta think to stamp, free in colors with it. So I think I really wanted that to be up a little higher. So we're just gonna bring in this other cloud, and I'm gonna put this cloud probably right here. And I'm okay if it goes off the top. So isn't that just beautiful how those colors just coordinate together? I think it is absolutely beautiful. All right, now the next thing is my dolphins. And I chose to use Early Espresso because I didn't, even though it looks black when you just glance at it, it isn't black. Really what I wanted to use, because dolphins, they're like a gray color, a light gray, but you wouldn't be able to see it very well on the water and stuff. So we're just going to go ahead and use Early Espresso. And then I'm going to just stamp this right here like so. I'm going to hold it down just to let that ink get in there. There we go. And then we have a single dolphin that comes in there too. And this one, I'm going to put him down here a little bit, and I'm going to turn him just a teeny bit. I might have turned him more than a teeny bit, but it's okay. And there we go. So now the last thing to do, well, it's not the last thing, but the last thing to stamp is, in this card, I stamped Thinking of You down here, but I think I want to stamp it in the sun. And then you guys can comment in the comments on which way, where you think the Thinking of You. I'm going to clean this off because it looks like I got something, piece of fuzz on there. Where you think it would look the best stamped at. So Just going to stamp it right here and hope that I stamp it straight. I think I turned it just as I put it down. I did. It's not straight, but it's all right. It's okay. Just as I set it down, I turned it. Okay, and then before we do that, we're going to take it just a little bit more stamping. We're going to take our basic beige and we're going to take the dots. Now, these dots are not in this stamp set, but these are in the Seaside Wishes. But if you have any kind of little dots from any of your stamp sets, you could use those. And you're going to want the Seaside Wishes too, though. Or you could use this. You could use your water image and stamp it in basic beige or crumb cake down here, and then you wouldn't do this part. But I just thought this made it look a little bit more fancier and stepped up. And then all I did was just dotted these dots all along here to kind of help it make it look like coarse sand or little pebbles or whatever you wanted to call them. And just like so. So you can make it as thick, like this one is really thick, or you can make it a little thinner. And I think this one I'm going to do a little thinner. And then that's all the stamping. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to tear this. And I'm not tearing very much, like maybe 1/4 of an inch. And I'm tearing it towards me so that it leaves a white edge on the paper, so that it looks more like the water coming up on the beach. So, and of course it's not going to be even, and that is okay. It does not have to be even at all. So there we go. So we've got that. And then what we're going to do is, this is where my grid paper is going to come in place, because you guys know me. So I want this to be 5 inches, so it's going to be up here. This line down here is my 5-inch mark. So I'm going to put this underneath, and I'm going to line that up. If you want more sand to show, you can tear a thicker piece off, whatever you want, but I'm okay with that. I think that looks pretty good. It could come off a little bit more, but I'm good with this. So now I'm just going to take some tape runner, and I'm going to run, if I get the right side, right? Oh, I'll tell ya. All right. So this is going to come down here. Let me move this up. I've got a little foam mat underneath this because it really does help with the photopolymers. I have my Stampin' Pierce mat, but honestly, I took it off somewhere in the house. I don't know what I did with it. I do stupid stuff like that sometimes. I tell you, I kill me. But anyway, it's all right. So I've got that like that. And then this I want to be up here, because that is 5 inches. I can't see what I'm doing. Anyway, as long as it's close, I'm okay. Turn that. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to take a piece of this, not very much, and I'm not going to push down hard because I don't want it to glue down on there. And then I'm going to pick this up. So try to make it easy, not harder, right? And I'm going to do just like that. Bring that down just a little bit more, like so. And then I'm going to push that down, and then this should just come right off. And then I'm going to take my scissors, throw my scissors, and I am going to just trim this right off. Like so. And then this side too, like there. Now we're ready to put this on our card base. So we're going to take some glue. And center this the best that we can. best that I can. I got some glue on my fingers. All right, and then there we go. So outside of the sentiment being a little bit crooked, there you go. What do you think? That looks very pretty, I think. So anyway, I hope that this inspires you guys, and this is a great set to get come May 1st. And I would love to earn your business and be your demonstrator. All right, you guys, thanks a lot for watching. Doodly-doo.